How's it? I'm Yops, and I'm out on a 3-day, 2-night weekend camp in a field. Bought myself a lovely little tent off AliExpress. Haven't got it out the bag yet, so I'm not quite sure if it's lovely or not. It's a teepee 1-2-person tent, company called Hyde Walker. Good winter hot tent. I'm gonna try it now, put it up, and there we go. Wait and see. Who knows? What the fuck am I talking about? Blah 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 blah. Teepee hot tent, AliExpress. Woohoo! Tent up. I was going to use an inner. I think it's going to restrict the amount of space I've got in it. There's a fair amount of space in it, to be honest. And I've got a very warm sleep kit, so I'm going to accessorize it in a minute. But a quick show you of the completed outer up. So that's the inside. That's the outside. It's all right. Yes, ice crystals on the tent. I'm currently camping out in the Arctic Circle. We've got polar bears wandering around outside, and I am lovely and toasty and warm in my 5-season sleeping bag. And actually no, we're in North Hampshire. Sorry, I'll wake up now from my dream. We're in North Hampshire up on a hillside, and we arrived yesterday lunchtime, Dazz and I. I was in no mood to film yesterday, no mood to film. I was, I don't know, tense. I needed my R&R. I kind of got here, set up the tent. We set up our tarp and set up the campfire and cooked a lovely meal of steak and mushrooms and asparagus. Really tasty, and spent an evening around the campfire just chatting, catching up. It's been a month since we were last out, and I didn't do any filming at all. Apologies for that. I'll try and get out today and get some filming. I don't know where we are. I know Daz has done a piece on where we are. He booked the site himself, so if you want to find out a little bit more about the site, it's called Spring Hill Wild Camping, and pop over onto Daz's channel. It's Dazz Outdoors UK. I'll put a link at the end of the video and you'll see a little bit more. It got down to minus 2.5 degrees last night centigrade. It's currently at minus half a degree centigrade, and it's 6 AM and I'm going to go back to sleep for an hour or two. Okay, soon time to get up. What I've decided to do is, for 20 minutes before I get up, because I've got all these ice crystals in here, it is pretty damn chilly. minus 2. I'm going to pop on my Kovea Cupid heater, and let's see if we can get the temperature up in this tent a little bit, so that when I do get up and get into my day clothes, which are currently warming up inside my sleeping bag, I've got them in there with me, it'll be a little bit more pleasant experience to get changed into. Oh, there we go. Lit first time. I have got it on a 1 Tigress fire mat. On top of that, I've got a little fiberglass mat as well as a extra protection. Let's see what difference that makes. I have got ventilation on in this tent, and I'll come back to you. It's currently minus 2. We'll see what sort of temperature difference that can make in here. Those of you who may be showing concern, I do have a carbon monoxide monitor. It's just below head height because, as you know, carbon monoxide is heavier than air. 20 minutes later, it was minus 2 point something. We're now up to, and I haven't got this near the heater, this is away from the heater, it's now up to 5.5. Successful little heater. 20 minutes so far on. If I turn it down to low, they say it lasts for about 3 hours, one gas canister. Don't know how long on a full canister, I never found that out, but yeah, it's a handy little thing. Now if I get up, literally in the next 5-10 minutes, I'm sure the temperature is going to be up to, yeah, 6, 7 already, 6.7. That's going to be, yeah, it's certainly a lot warmer to get up and get changed into now. I've got my outdoor clothing already in the sleeping bag with me. So there's my trousers, for example. So I'm not going to be putting on icy clothing. So that's going to be nice and good to get into. And it's time for a cup of coffee. Morning, Daz.
Good morning.
Right. This is my little teepee. Half frosty and half not. That's because I had my heater on. And the top half's all defrosted. Quick show inside, as I didn't do any of that yesterday when I set up. My little one Tigris mat on entrance. This is a teepee I got off of AliExpress. Just 1/2 man hot tent, flame retardant, about 67 quid I think. Got myself a little cot bed in there. I think it's a sport near. On top of the cot bed I've got a reflective thermal along with a military blanket just to keep the underneath of me warm. I've got an NGT 5-season sleeping bag. I don't know what the 5th season is. Maybe it's jolly. Summer, autumn, winter, spring and jolly. Why jolly, you ask? Because 'tis the season to be jolly. Anyway, shut up. Little table, bits and bobs at the back there, some spare clothing. And my Kovea Cupid heater, which actually changed the temperature in here by about 10 degrees Celsius this morning. So yeah, impressed with this little baby. Tent worked really well overnight. Quite a bit of condensation inside and out, which was ice crystals. Set up a tarp. It's a bit floppy this morning, needs tightening up. Don't really need it. There's not going to be any rain, but it's there as a just in case. We had a campfire here last night. This morning I've got my little gasifier going, water on, should be boiling any minute. I'm desperate for a coffee. And I won't go into his tent. You never know what you're going to find in there. Hanging socks, that sort of thing. That's Daz's Jackal 10, whatever it's called, with his OEX tarp, Expedition tarp. Lovely setup. I'm jealous of that one. Right, coffee made. While I've got the gasifier on, I'm cooking some Cumberland sausages. And I've got some rolls down there that we're going to have for some breakfast. The only problem with the gasifier is that it's all or nothing. Great for boiling water, great for searing a steak, but no control of the heat at all. So, you know, I'm having to constantly pull these sausages off the flames, allow the pan to cool down a bit while it cooks, pop it back on the flames again. Within seconds, it's searingly hot and burning the outside of the sausage before the insides are cooked. So, yeah, a little bit of a pain. I still love it. I still love it. That's still a bit of a pain. Very impressive, these latest DD tarps. You can have them personalised, and even when it gets frosty, your personalisation still stands out. Let me show you what I mean, look. Hopefully you can pick that up. Yops tarps. Thank you, Daz. As I said earlier, I didn't really film yesterday on arrival. We came here about just after 12, lunchtime-ish. We had a busy old afternoon after setting up camp. Camp, as you can tell, is down there. I also spent some of the afternoon just chilling and building myself a little bushcraft shelter. So, Benny and sticks. This is just something I knocked up yesterday afternoon, look. Oh, and I knocked up a little bench table as well. Match that, boys, match that. Just after sunrise, Spring Hill wild camping. Beautiful. Having a little stroll around. Camps down that way. The sun will be setting in that direction, and I can think of nothing better this evening than in our little wonky plonky composting toilet. So I can sit in here, oh wow, smells lovely, and watch the sunset this evening while having a dump. Isn't that nice? What a pleasant thought. Just been for my 12-mile run. Yes, only a half marathon this morning. Done my 500 press-ups. Grabbed one of the alpacas and rode it naked through the local village, and then had a swim, naked, skinny dipped, in the village duck pond. Just got back to camp, and boys will be boys. This is the kind of guy I'm camping with. Hopefully you can see what he's done to my tarp here. DD tarps. I don't know what DD stands for in this case, but something springs to the imagination.
Village is absolutely beautiful. We forget what beauty we have in the UK, or in England in particular. I know there's many places in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, but pretty villages in England are taken for granted. Get yourself out on the countryside, just have a stroll and take in this beauty. Absolutely wonderful.
I was happy sitting in my camping chair and he's dragged me around the damn village, hasn't he? What's this? What's that?
Boy.
What's that? I'm trying not to get you in the picture there. It's not a river, nor is it a stream. It is actually a rivulet, and it's called Bourne Rivulet. And heading up the hillside there, and I know you can't tell on the camera that there's a hillside, but that's a fairly steep hill heading up in the distance. If you look in the far distance, there are some trees behind the trees, and up on the hill there is where we're actually camping. Half an hour ago we were down in the village, and I pointed the camera up, saying we're way up on the hillside. We're back at camp, having had a great walk around the village, and this is the opposite view from high up on the hillside, looking down, and perspective is all screwed up on this camera, but there's a deep valley way down below, and then a big hillside rising up on the far side. We were down in the valley where the houses are down at the bottom there. Right, just thought I'd like to introduce you to my newfound friends in our community up here on the hillside. We have in the far distance over there, the one that's roaming is, we've called him Ray. The one sitting down over there, well, that's Mick. He's looking over the community. Closer up here, the black one, that's Kiwi, being an all black. Next to him, that's Sticks outdoors. These two over here, put them in the comments who you think they are. I'll tell you what though, that one at the back there, we're always spitting and swearing, we've named him Benny. So I'd share this with you. I went to the doctor the other day. He said, what's wrong? I said, I'm having real trouble sleeping. He said, oh, why is that? I said, I'm having this horrible recurring nightmare. I said, oh, tell me a little bit more about it. I said, okay. One moment I'm a teepee. Next minute I'm a wigwam. Then I'm a teepee. Then I'm a wigwam. Then I'm a teepee, then I'm a wigwam, then I'm a teepee, then I'm a wigwam, then I'm a teepee, then I'm a wigwam. He said, calm down, Yops, calm down, you're too tense. I'll tell you what, I'm rather impressed with this AliExpress little tent. It's doing me proud. First impression's really good. Only one night in it so far, so early days, but last night was cold, humidity mid-90s, 95-96%. Hard frost this morning. Temperatures inside the tent were, well, I record them at minus 2.8 at one point. Probably colder outside. Obviously a lot of icicles and condensation. But what impresses me most is that it opens up fully into a well aerated. We've got a beautiful day here today. It's up to 7 degrees already. The sun's out, the sky is blue. Absolutely glorious. But the way this opens up and aerates, it's a fantastic little hot tent. Absolutely adore it. Now, just in case it failed on me, I did bring along a spare tent. That's the prepper in me, 2 as 1 and all that. Yeah, I brought this little tent along. Yep, some of you may say it's a tea bag. It may be a tea bag, but take a piss on it, it becomes a teepee. I brought Mario up here to see the alpacas. He went, no worries, it's a false alarm. Oh, look at these lovely alpacas. Tell you what, I'm feeling pretty hungry. Next time I come up to visit them, I think I'll pack a lunch. Oh, look, they're coming over. Perhaps they'll give me a little kiss. Of course, if an alpaca kisses you, it's not the end of the world. It's an alpaca lips.
Never mind camel toe, alpaca toe.
It's all right. It's a good boy. Girl. I don't know what you are. You saying I got fleas? That's all alpaca lies. I've shot 2 so far, mate. Which one do you want for lunch? Chicken tikka masala in a pot with the rice. I'm just filming. Are you having a pee? Because you're in the background. I've had a comment from one of my subscribers, a chap called William. And William wants to know, why do I have a flashing light in my tent? Well, it's quite a simple answer, that, William. Strangely enough, it's actually linked to your name, William. You may have heard of William Shakespeare, known as the Bard, the English poet laureate. Probably one of the most famous English writers of all time, certainly up there. And those of us in the UK and possibly abroad who are from English-speaking nations have probably studied at least one of his plays in English literature at school. I'm a big fan of Shakespeare. There's a number of his plays actually where tents are mentioned, but it's the favourite play that I like, which is Richard III, that is the reason why I have the flashing lights, the disco lights in my tent. And the opening line of Richard III is, "For now is the winter of our disco tent."
Let's go.
You call that a fire? That's a fire.
Morning, just after 7 AM. Not so cold this morning, about 2 degrees out here, considering it was -4 when we went to sleep last night, so that's great. Grey overcast skies. Tent, there's condensation with no ice. We're striking camp this morning. Let's have a look inside. Yeah, it's damp inside. I'm going to have to dry that out when I get home. Good morning, Daz. Cup of char time. Reasonable night's sleep, apart from the rutting sounds of Daz and Big Agnes in their tent. And apparently I snored quite a lot last night, which kept Daz awake at times.
No, I thought we had an earth tremor.
Earth tremors, he was saying. That's what he was feeling from my snoring. Anyway, coffee made, ready to go. Second cup of water on the go. I'll leave you there. Going to be packing up after this. How's it? Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. 2 days camping, done. Well, 3 days, 2 nights, done. All packed up. Apart from flattened grass, there's little traces where we were. That's where my tent was. Beautiful, peaceful morning. And we're all done, all packed to go. Daz, I think, is saying his goodbyes on video. I've just waved goodbye to the alpacas. And yes, thank you very much for watching. I've had a lovely, peaceful weekend that I needed desperately. I was in quite a sort of tense state when I got here, and I really feel as if I've unwound and all those evil spirits have escaped me, and I'm back to happy yarbs. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Bye bye now.